Okay, real good. Well, good luck with the game. So yeah, Dave, I was earlier reading the mail where you said you had your lightning strike on the tree. It'll probably be dead. And the good/bad thing is if it is dead, it will have cooked the tree. It boils the water out of the sap, and it's not green. You can burn that wood right away. Go ahead. Down the run root path, that was probably its path to ground, and you know it followed least resistance and the moisture, so you know they can cook them pretty good, and the temperatures can get pretty high. So, like Dick said, you might get lucky, but the chances are you won't. Go ahead. Well, you can definitely get a ground strike that will conduct into wiring or copper. You know, it happens all the time on your electrical service. It doesn't have to necessarily hit the wires. You know, you can get a ground. I mean, when you think about it, the ground is the return path for your electric current, and so if you saturate it with a lot of voltage, you know, it's going to backfeed it, and a near strike will conduct. So it could have been the tree, you know, and it could have been that your tower was an awfully good ground once it got into the ground and went over there. So, but the fun of it, yeah, I had one. I don't know if I told you the story. I had a huge tree, a huge oak, that when I was at my other house got hit by lightning. This thing was massive. It had the trunk on it at the bottom was probably 3.5 feet, and it went up about 8 feet. And it split into two trunks that were about 26 inches apart, or around, or diameter, I should say. And then it went up about another 16 feet above that, and had 4 16-inch trunks. And one of those trunks got completely sheared off, and that quarter of the tree fell into the canopy. It was actually over a state highway, and part of the tree canopy was holding that entire quarter of the top of this tree. This was about an 80-footer. But fortunately, it was on the highway department easement, so the highway department came and took the thing down. But it was a massive enterprise. I took the two main trunks above the base and had them loaded on my equipment trailer, and it was over 1,100 board feet of lumber just for those two trunks, Dave. So I was glad I didn't have to pay for that one. Go ahead. to check is, do you know what form your homeowner's insurance is? Are you an HO1, an HO3, or an HO5? Okay, Dave. Hey, Dave. Do you know what form your homeowner's policy is? Do you have an HO3 or an HO5 policy?
No, I don't really know. But you know what? There may be somebody that would want to borrow one.
Well, they won't want to take the tree necessarily down, but if you have it down, they may take the wood, or they may cut it up, or give you something for it. But what I was asking is check your homeowner's policies, because it is lightning damage, and if you can prove the lightning killed it, some policies will cover it. It depends on your form. Sometimes it's only up to a certain amount, like $500. But I'd at least look at your policy to find out.
I didn't think about the wood.
Yeah, because I mean, usually, you're covered against fire, you're covered against lightning, you're covered against hail, you're covered against wind. I mean, those are the, four most common what they call named perils. So, I mean, homeowners policies come in basically 5 different types, but if you've got like an HO3 or an HO5 policy that's broader, you may have some coverage there. So I would read it just to find out.
The other thing about that, you can get like a different